What's going on YouTube, man? Today, man, we're back, and this is special, man. This is monumental. This is the first time that we're gonna be looking at two different brands, like Brands of Brunswick versus SPI, essentially. The Reality Check and the Polaris Hybrid. I don't have the Quantum Evo Hybrid, but I feel like this one kind of matched up a little bit more. So again, we're gonna look at these. Again, just giving you a look at both these balls and how they compare. Not to say one is better than the other. Man, most times these things are just different. But I'll let you guys draw that comparisons. Should be a fresh house shot. My boy Tony, as always, if you're in this Fort Lauderdale area, man, come check him out. Sawgrass Lanes, Bowler's Edge. Again, he's always taking care of me. And yeah, man, use the links below. If you want to purchase either of these balls, use the links. That's how you go about and support the channel. I appreciate that. And yeah, cool with Jersey, always. So let's get to the lanes, man. Let's see what these balls are talking about. Reality Check, Polaris Hybrid. Man, that's it. So I want to, man, again, these are two balls that I had access to. So everybody, from each side may say, oh, we should have compared this to that, should have compared that to this. Man, these are the two balls I had. These are two of the latest hybrid cover stocks that are hitting the market, both top of the line ASIMs. So that's why we're doing that. So again, for everybody who's gonna jump in the comments and start bashing me immediately because it wasn't the comparisons that you wanted, just bear with me again. But as we get into it, the Polaris, really strong piece. You'll see how it compares to the Reality Check once we get the Reality Check on the lane. But this ball really dug into the middle of the lane and still continued. Not many shots deflected a ton. And that's what you really like to see. And again, depending on the condition that you're looking at, you want some balls to slow down a little bit more. But as soon as I got my hand around it, oh God, the Polaris, man, it really hooked. And again, it was definitely fun to throw this ball. So yeah, man, I think if you want that top of the line asymmetric, I still believe this ball is front to back stronger than the Ghost. And that might be another review, right? The Ghost is a pearl, but again, that ball picks up the lane and continues down lane as well. But I do have the Polaris Hybrid being stronger than even the Black Widow Ghost. So yeah, this again, I can send it right. I'm not backing my speed off. This ball doing what it does. Now, as we get into the Reality Check, the shelf appeal on this ball is great. I love both, actually, the Polaris and the Reality Check. The colors are a little more muted. This gives me like those Marvel Pearl type of color vibes. But the Polaris, is that really striking, that green. It really like pops. But as we get into this Reality Check, I have it a little smoother. And again, I know, typically, most Storm stuff, gets down the lane, a lot of hook left, a lot of off the spot. But I think with this 4K fast finish, and I know there's been a lot of debate whether that's, a lot of people like it, some people don't. Some people like myself, like I never really liked a lot of shine on my equipment. I like to knock that off immediately anyway. But again, once I got settled and trying to understand the reaction, I really did get a ball that once I got around it, no problem. It gets through the pins. But it really did, I believe, preferred me being a little bit closer to the friction, where the Polaris just hooked a lot more. Again, it just dug in. So, and maybe some of those factors as we begin to look at the numbers, the Polaris they both have hybrids, but somebody can enlighten me in the comments, whether, are both of these 2-part solid and 1-part pearl, or, is one different? I don't know. But both of these are asymmetric. The core on the Polaris is the Polaris. The RG is 2.475 and a differential of 0.48 and an intermediate differential of 0.18. The finish 500, 1500, 3000, and then we jump over to the reality check. Has the S84 beta hybrid cover stock with the disturbance core, which came right from the original reality, with an RG of 249, differential of 052, and an intermediate differential of 018, and a 4K fast finish. So man, some of the biggest differences really is just the finish. They're not like super far off, but again, they are different. And then the differential is actually higher on the reality. So, and I think again, all these are significant enough to see a difference on the lane. But I really do. I'm curious myself to see, what is it going to be like to, change these cover stocks. But yeah, I'm gonna let you look at those numbers, and I'll be right back with you. So we're here, and I feel about my first about 2 games or so with both of the balls. They're both, again, out of box. I'm not changing anything. I'm going to change it now because I know for all the people, especially when you do the cross-brand stuff, they have to be at the same surface because that's how you have an even playing field. If it's not, then, well, that ball is more successful because of that and this, that, and the third. So just to quiet all this noise, I'm about to take both of these balls down and then back up to 3,000. And then that's going to be the finish that we're going to have for both of the balls, just to, again, make all the factors as even as possible. Again, out of box, from what I'm quickly seeing, is the Polaris is stronger. Like earlier, and whether that's, again, the finish, we're going to see it, that's the finish, or, again, is the ball itself just a stronger piece. I think, again, the playing right, the alter made more sense. It floated through the front part, kind of a signature staple for anything that comes out of Storm. Is that those cleaner covers. So it was easier to play a little closer to the right. But again, I put that Polaris down to the right. It read the middle of the lane very fast, read the fronts very fast. So I didn't have the same easy use in that case. But when I moved left, man, that Polaris digging in the middle, it can handle that puddle. So again, we're gonna change the covers and then really see, if it's the finish that's making the Polaris hook more and earlier, and let's see what those factors really are. But for all the other people who want those super technical reviews, go check out Lou Rosendahl. All his stuff, man, he gives you some of the best insight. He's been in the industry, for a very long time. So he has a lot of pro shop knowledge, layout knowledge, and all of that. So, man, if you really want that super tech, review, go check out him. I'll leave a link below to go check his channel out. So yeah, gonna get back to it. I'm gonna change the angle, and we're gonna get that closer up shot, and then we're actually gonna change, again, the surfaces. All right. So I always like to get these closer up shots. I feel like these are some of the best angles to actually see, what the ball's doing on the lane. But yeah, man, where do I have these balls fitting in my bag? These are both like equivalents. The Polaris more so, especially on house shot stuff. It's like a starter ball. This is up there with a speed as far as strength wise, because I feel like the Polaris hybrid actually hooks more down lane than a speed. So again, this is one of those replacements, or if you had a really strong ball that's a little too smooth, I feel like this is one of those options for you. And you can rough this surface up more to make it stand up and handle more oil. Or again, you can take it up, put compound on it, put polish on it, whatever you do. And then again, it'll get down the lane and retain a little more energy and go sideways. But yeah, we're gonna get some more back and forth shots here now with the reality. And the reality, I feel like, is a little bit more of a step down because of how smooth it is. Man, I feel very at home, staying in between, 20 with my feet, and just being a little more mindful of my speed. I feel like my speed was a little more paramount. That had to be a little more matched up here. I couldn't just fling this one out the window and hope for the best. So I feel like that was kind of the biggest difference between these balls. Is the Polaris, I could just fling it, and again, I would still see a good reaction. It's still gonna come back. But again, I did change the surface, so these are both now at 3000 grit. And the real difference here is the reality got a lot earlier, and got even a little smoother. But again, once I got into the puddle, it dealt with the middle of the lane a little bit better. But again, it still was smooth. That was definitely a reaction that I got from this ball. And I did switch lanes here. A lot of my shots were on 27, but once I threw several games, I wanted to get back to some fresher oil. So again, you can get a good idea of what it looks like. And again, once I did that and I was moving left, both of these balls looked a little slower. But it just became more about making sure I was getting my hand around the ball. And once I did that, both of the balls struck. So again, that's just bowling for you. Once you move left, you need to change the hand position a bit to make sure the ball's going through the pins correctly. But I enjoyed both of these balls tremendously, man, and I hope you enjoyed the review. We'll have some more stuff like this. And that's it, man. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe. Until next time.